Sorry. Yeah, so let's say I'm looking at one of these trees over here, and I decide, okay, I'm going to start treating it like it's a god or something, and I'm going to meditate upon it. I'm going to prostrate before it. It will eventually take the properties of divinity, all right? Simply because universal mind, with deep enough concentration, is going to sort of like just change it be due to its own um due to your concentration on it as a particular object. It will take the properties of whatever you're concentrating it to be. So no god or anything else is outside of mind. That's the Buddhist view. That's my view personally, and seems to be Taoism's view. All right. Now, let's continue, because there's a lot I can say about that single sentence. Okay, but let's just continue. In the same way, once we choose to commit ourselves to spiritual practice, even the mountains and valleys will reverberate to the sound of our purpose. Yes, just exactly like manifestation, we'll begin to see signs. The weirdest thing is like you begin like dreaming about like people you haven't seen in 20, 30 years, god, you know. Or like, and just see like you sometimes get an insight into like how their lives are, or what major roadblocks they have, how your own life is. Perhaps you might experience premonitions a lot. That happens all the time, all over. Okay. The spiritual path is, it's such a deep thing, like, and I don't mean that in like sort of like, oh man, it's so deep, yeah man, I'm so cool. No, it's not an egotistical way of um, thinking about experiential depth. I mean, it just gets to you, it gets to like the fundamental core that you are. I don't know. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and at the same time, it's just hard sometimes. I don't know, and I think part of the reason why it's so like up and down is just like that is the nature of reality. The nature of universal mind. Sometimes it's open and clear. Other times it's tight and closed. That's just how it is. And you are experiencing the ebb and flow of life when you undergo the spiritual path. So when you really tap into it, you really get down into the basics of how reality works, it's going to be transformative, difficult, but at the same time, rewarding in ways that nothing else really is. There is nothing else like spiritual cultivation. So, apart from that, I'm also going 100% vegan, not raw vegan. I still like cooked food, and I don't necessarily believe that um, some plants should be eaten raw. At least, like the bioavailability of certain proteins and whatever are, are less when you don't cook them than when they are cooked. But anyway, why am I going vegan? Number one, for health reasons. Of course, I'm overweight currently, and I would like to not be fat. Okay. And number two, I think eating meat and using animal products is some kind of abuse. I think animals have as much of a right to experiencing this world as we do, and I hate industrialized forms of animal abuse. I fucking hate it. And even though I've participated in it my entire life, right, I still hate the idea. I want to imagine that I, number one, me, and number two, humanity in general, can exist without the need of like just industrialized forms of animal cruelty. So I will sincerely try to avoid any meat from anything, as well as any wearing anything that comes from animals, or yeah. I'll also try not to kill as many bugs. A lot of them over here. Um, yeah, just try to live and let live, honestly. And I think that's just part of my. That's what I choose to be part of my spiritual path. And you don't have to, but that's just what I'm gonna do. So, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for checking me out, and welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Um, if you have any recommendations, they're also welcome uh, in a positive way. Okay. So that's it. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.